Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm Sally from Sally Stampers, and today I am bringing you a slightly more involved project today, and that is this rather cute little desk tidy. I think this is perfect for a Father's Day or a Mother's Day gift, or just even for yourself if you need somewhere to put some bits and bobs. It will fit in crafting supplies, so it will fit your bone folder and your scoring tool. It will fit watercolour pencils and a blender pen if you want those. And the base tray here is also big enough that it will actually fit normal size pens in as well. The pencils are a tad too long, but it will fit a basic pen. So I'm going to show you how to make it. We're going to start off with the pencil pot. I'm using Bermuda Bay. The previous one I made, I used Calypso Coral. So with your piece of cardstock for your pencil pot that measures 9 inches by 6, we're going to score it at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches and 8 inches. Rotate and score at 2 inches. This one is the easier out of the two that you need to make. So we're just going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. I think if you're used to making these sorts of projects, you'll see how simple and what the basics actually are on this one. It is just a basic box. And then obviously we're going to cut up these bottom tabs for the base. And then this last small one in the corner here, we're cutting away completely and just cutting that bit of a wedge there. Now, as you know, normally with the box now, we'd be sticking DSP on, but I'm not going to do that at this stage. I'm simply going to adhere the side with some fast fuse. Oops. And I'm also going to adhere the bottom. Obviously you want your join at the back, depends whether you want it there or there. I think I'm going to go for mine that way, so that means that we need to pop that one in, that one in, that one in, and then put some fuse across the base, just like that. So if you wanted to make your basic pencil box, or pencil pot rather, then there you have your basics. So as I say, you could stick your DSP on just before. Don't worry about this, it is where the base has been folded up, but that will be a little more sealed when we come to the end of it, so don't worry. So there's my pencil pot, which I'm just going to pop to one side. Now this is what I would class as the tricky part, because this did have me scratching my head a little. So we're now going to score the actual desk tidy base. It is a bit of turning here, turning there, scoring here, scoring there. What I will do, as always, is put all the information on my blog. There will also be a diagram which I've just grabbed on my tablet here to show you where your scoring will need to go, etc. But hopefully we'll get through this without many mistakes. So with your 9 inches, sorry, your cardstock for the base needs to be 9 by 7. So with your 9 across the top, we're going to score at 1 inch and 8 inches. We're then going to rotate and score at 4 inches and 6 inches. Okay, so we're going to turn again, but we're going to turn it this way. Okay, and we're going to score at 7 inches just down to the second line. Okay, we're going to rotate it back round again, and we're going to score a 3 inch just to that line. And then we're going to turn completely round again and do a 4 to that line. Okay, so that is how, sorry, just looked at my diagram here. The 4 needs to come down to this second line, and then if you rotate it again, you can pick it up and meet it. Okay, like I said, there is a lot of turning and scoring, and I will try and explain it best I can to you on my blog, and if you struggle, obviously come back to the video and you'll be able to see. But hopefully you can see there, that is how your scoring should look when it's finished. Okay, now to the folding, scoring and cutting. So obviously we can't be folding the score lines that are just little bits like this one, but don't worry, because that is actually more of a marker for a tab than anything else. So just go with folding, in fact, go with folding where your score lines are. But to go against the rule, and I did realise this when I was doing it before, actually fold it the wrong way, because your box will need to come up this way. So going against the grain here, but I'm folding the wrong way when I fold and burnish. Okay, so those are the only ones that I can really fold and burnish at this stage. So I'm going to grab my large scissors for this one, just because I find it easier. So we are going to cut across there and down. We're going to completely get rid of this. We're going to turn this into a tab with wedges cut out. Don't worry about that bit there, we don't need that bit. And then we need to cut down these bits. Okay, so there's one side. This is actually going to be the back of the pencil pot. It'll stick to the back, so you won't actually see that score line. So we do the same in this corner. So we're cutting the tab and getting rid of those wedges. And likewise, we're going to cut all the way down this one to that second score line, but across the first one. And then we're just going to do some little wedges. And that is how it should look when you've finished. Like I said, it is a little bit confusing with the turning and the scoring, but I'm hoping that the video and my written rules and guidelines will help. So there we have that bit done. So what I want to do before I do any more is stick my DSP on this back piece. So just want to clear some of my rubbish out of the way so I can see my notes. So the DSP for the back piece here is going to be 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and it's just going to sit just there. So I'm just going to stick that one on. You can use whichever you want. You could make your own stamping. You could maybe even add photographs to personalise it. You could add anything you like, really. Okay. So I also want to add my strip of DSP across the front here. Okay, and then all we need now is our fuse. Now, what I'm planning on doing is these ones are actually going to be tucked in around the back. That will make the inside look tidier, but it will also, I mean, if you wanted to, you could put another piece of card across the back, but I just think that it does look a little tidier. So, no, that's the wrong side, isn't it? Thought as much. Let me just grab my adhesive remover, get rid of that. We don't want to be sticking everywhere, do we? This adhesive remover is amazing, as you can see. Absolute clean. There's just no sticky there at all. So let's try again. So add my fast fuse to the inside here. And I'm going to tuck those out and round the back there. It is a little bit fiddly because you're trying to deal with the corners of the box as well. And just stick that one around the back there. And then obviously you just need to be doing these bits. So I probably should have put the adhesive on these before, but I'm actually going to use some tear and tape, I think, on these ones, being as I've messed it up a little bit. Like I said, it is a bit of a trickier project. It is a little bit more involved, but when you complete it, the results will be really good. And whoever is the recipient of your little gift, I'm sure will be really impressed with what you've made. Okay, so tear and tape on those tabs there. And just take the backing off. That one. And take the backing off this side. And stick that one down. Okay, so we have our little pot. All we need to do now is sort our pencil pot out. So we have 4 pieces of DSP that measure 3 3/4 by 1 3/4, and I have just realised that this strip I didn't tell you about. This is 5 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. So we want to do our pencil pot. Like I said, you need to decide where you want your join. So I'm going to put mine like that. So I know that these two sides can have the DSP stuck to them without any problems. So I'm going to stick this one on first. And then on this side. Okay, so what I want to do now is put some adhesive on here so that my pencil pot can stick to it. And I found the best way of doing this was to place it on the table and push it in and hold that down and then push your back into place. And it should fit on there quite nicely. Now again, this is what I mentioned before about your wobbly bits. We have a piece to reinforce the base, and this strip is 2 inches by 8 inches. And again, you can use any type of glue or adhesive. I'm just using fast fuse because it's what I have here and it's easier to use. And I'm just going to pop it over, place it on the base of my pot, and then make sure the rest of my tidy is lined up. Give it a good press and a rub, and it's a little more stable now. So I just need to add my DSP to this side. So I'm just bringing this one in here to stick on here, and it obviously will just cover the join as well, where the desk tidy meets the pencil pot. Just straighten that up there. And then if you wanted to, you could use this piece to cover the back, or you could use it or you could use a longer piece and just cover the whole of the back. Obviously this would be if you needed it to do all 4, but I'm not going to on this occasion. I've got a tiny little piece here that I've just added to this bottom end. So this is 1 3/4 by 3/4, which I'm just going to pop without trying to shove it in your face on the end there. And there's your desk tidy. I think that's really quite smart. All you need to do now is add some decoration. So I have a little calendar here, which I actually purchased off eBay. Got quite a few of, which again I'm just going to add some fast fuse to and stick it just inside there. And for my decoration, I'm actually using the new window shopping stamp set and the Thanks for Being a Great Friend, because I think if you want to give this to someone, it'd be really nice for them to know that every day they look at their desk, they see that on their desk. So I'm using Bermuda Bay ink and So Saffron card, which again are what is in the DSP. Again, you can cut this out by hand, use whichever form of cutting you wish, but I'm going to be using the layering squares framelets. And I think, if memory serves me correctly, it was the 3rd largest of the scalloped that fits just nicely round it. So I'm just going to grab my big shot. I do apologise, the refuse collection is going past today, so we've got that banging around outside as well. It's always something when you're trying to do these. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on and make my sandwich and pop it through the big shot. Let's take that out and get this out of the way. And there we have our little sentiment, which again, oh, snails run out. I'll stick with the fuse then. We're just going to stick that on there. And last but not least, I have some Bermuda Bay twine which I'm going to tie into a bow and just stick onto the top of the pencil pot. You could add anything really, whatever decoration you wanted. As I say, I'm just adding this just to the top. Just cut those tails off. You can hear my dogs barking, do apologise. A little glue dot and stick him on the top. And if you wanted to, as I did with my previous one, you can also add some candy dots, some enamel shapes rather, to it. But I'm actually going to leave this one plain because I quite like it. But let me just zoom out a little. Well, that's as much as it will go, but hopefully that you can see both of those are really cute, fairly detailed, but I think looking really good desk tidy that you can give to someone for Father's Day, Mother's Day, or just a friend. All the details will be on my blog, all the dimensions. Don't forget that we are still during celebration, so any of the products that you buy, if they come to £45, then you will be entitled to a freebie within the celebration catalogue. So make sure you check all that out. Don't miss out your opportunity on some great extra goodies just for placing an order. Like I said, all the details are on my blog, details of which are below, and all of the items are available to be purchased through me. The link for my shop is just below in the description. Thanks for joining me, guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye.